All right, welcome everyone. This is Tasha Hodes, and welcome to Forex Basics. It's 7 p.m. So Eastern, we will go on and get started. Welcome again to the class. So we do this class every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. Because we have a new website, I want to start the next few classes, and we've done it a couple of times already, just doing a quick overview. There were definitely some bumps and bruises as we transition to this site, and we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Now, I'm not going to dive into the back office today. Megan has some really good trainings that she's done, and though you can find those on her YouTube page. But I do want to give a quick high level overview. So here's our new site. We are back on the original URL that we have, Tradera.org. For a while, we were Tradera.associates, but that was just during the launching period. But now we have our familiar website name. So this is our new homepage. And basically, to sum it up, Tradera offers financial services specializing in trading education. So when you scroll down on this main page, it gives a quick listing of the CEOs and creators or founders, Cody Sell and Easton Harris. And for those of you who don't know, they are traders in the truest sense. And they started the company. Tradera has only been around since November of 2019, but they have been trading together and leading a training organization, I think, for several years now. So those are our CEOs, and the headquarters is out of Dallas, Texas. So that describes the company link. When you go over to services, I love how quickly you can just find out what do you get with Tradera. So first, there is the Trade Academy. I won't go through all these links, but the Trade Academy is basically the back office. So that's where you get, let me go ahead and click on it. Trade Academy. Give my screen a chance to catch up. There we go. So basically, it says the Trade Academy is organized into 6 main sectors: Forex, cryptocurrency, and then these sections that are coming soon: commodities, indices, and stocks. The meat and potatoes is here under technical analysis. So that's where you'll find all the modules that we are accustomed to. Okay, so that's the Trade Academy. Trade alerts. Now, so when you log into your back office, you're going to go under client, and then you'll have access to all of this. But this is a good way if you're sharing this with someone who wants to learn how to trade. You can take them to this website and easily be able to give just a quick overview. So the trade alerts, you can log into your back office and find the trade alerts. Most of us are getting them through Telegram. And when you log into your back office, there is a link that you can put in your web browser, and it'll connect you right to the Telegram for the trade alerts. So you won't have to search too hard to find those. Okay, so we covered the Trade Academy, which is the back office education, the trade alerts, signals that Tradera gives us. Trade economy. This is basically just world news and how it affects the different currency pairs that we're trading. So if you're into that. And then my favorite part, along with the Trade Academy, is the trade sessions. And so Tradera hired master trader Derek Conway, and he does his live sessions Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And basically, he's showing you how to mark up charts, and me and my team are there. And basically, we take his charts and use those to trade from for the next 24 hours or so. So we'll wrap this class up shortly before 8 so we can hop on over there. All right. Membership. Let me click on that. So I think they heard our complaints and have done a really good job in distinguishing the difference between being a client, which is a $99 a month membership fee, as well as the IBO option, which is separate, which is for those who want to share the opportunity and build a team, build a business that way, $15 a month additional for that. Now, the referral program, all of this is distinct, and I like that. Most of us have seen the referral compensation. Give my screen a chance to catch up. So I like that they're really highlighting the business opportunities separate. Most of us are here to learn how to trade. But if you are sharing it, then here's the compensation plan overview that has all the different ranks, how many people you need for each rank, and what the payout is for that. Okay. And that kind of wraps up on the new website. So the sign in, that's where you would log into your back office where you get access to all of those different things. So let me switch gears and tell you a little bit about why we have created the Forex Basics class. So let me pull up another slide. Okay, so we've gone over pretty much everything on the right is what Tradera has to offer. Everything in the rectangular yellow boxes, the back office education, the live classes hosted by Derek Conway. There are additional live sessions, and you guys have probably heard of Coach Max and Ryan DeFreitas. They're out of Lit Trade House, and there is typically a 7:30 or 8 a.m. New York session, a 9 p.m. Asian session, and a lot of times there's a 2 a.m. London session as well. And specifically, there's the study group, the Pitmasters study group, and that's run by Brenda Isern and Clyde Fisher, some other wonderful traders. And to get access to that, you'll have to message Clyde Fisher. He's changed the way that those people can join. If you're under Megan's downline, and Megan is part of Clyde's downline, so just send him a message on Telegram and ask for access to that group. So with all of that good stuff on the right, we created this class to sort of help ease all of our beginner traders into those live sessions. So in this class, we're going to show you everything over here in blue: how to open your demo account, how to download MT4. That's where we actually take the trades. We'll teach you how to read and understand the Tradera trade alerts, how to take those in MT4, and also go over some beginning analysis that you can do in TradingView. TradingView is not where we take the trades, but where we pull up the pairs and do our analysis. Okay, so that's kind of why we created this class. Forex is a lot. It can seem like a foreign language. So here you'll hear a lot of concepts just to kind of get your feet wet, sort of like an appetizer, so that it can ease you in that transition of the back office and all of the live classes. Now, all of these classes that we do here are recorded. And if you look into the chat, and I'm going to post it again, you will see a link to my YouTube site. So if there's something you miss here in class, don't worry, I upload the complete classes on the YouTube site, in addition to some 2 to 3 minute shorter videos, like setting up your demo account and taking the trade alert and things of that nature. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the format of the class, and then we'll get going. The next section, I'll go over something that's either new or important. And after that, For anyone who has not set up your demo account, I normally take a poll, and normally maybe a third of the class has not set up their demo account yet. So we'll go through all of those steps. And the last half hour will be Q&A. So you can ask whatever question, I'll do my best to answer. So with that, let's talk about something somewhat new today. I am going to pull up TradingView and share with you guys a trade that I took today and sort of walk you through the process of how I managed that trade. Okay, so 1 second while my screen catches up. So this is TradingView. Let me get rid of some of my indicators so that everything will be a little cleaner. Let's get rid of pivots. There we go. Okay, so it was early this morning. Normally I'm not up that early, but I was in the Tradera Pitmasters Telegram, and Brenda says, hey guys, I'm selling EU. So I want to walk you through the analysis that I did and show you the trade that I took and the results and how I managed that trade. So the first thing that I want to show you is before I make a decision to take a trade, I need to mark up the chart. And sort of the best place to do that is the 1 hour time frame. Now in the back office, you'll learn about a top-down analysis where you start from like maybe the daily or the 4 hour, and at each time frame, you'll mark your support and resistance lines in different colors. So just to give you a speedier version of that tonight, I'm going to show you how I marked my support and resistance lines here on my 1 hour time frame. Now, EU is definitely a beginner pair. What I like to do, make sure everyone is muted. Okay, there we go. So let me do a refresh. We've gone over it before. I want to be, let me just zoom out. So I can get back to my tools. Sometimes TradingView gets a little wonky. When it does that, just kind of right click and do reset chart. Let me zoom back in to 100%. And I think what I'll do is just kind of log back in. That normally clears things up. So 1 second. TradingView. When in doubt, just close the browser, come back in. So we're gonna go to chart. Now I have my tools. Make sure everyone is muted. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour time frame. And one of the easiest ways to draw your support and resistance line is just to come over here and use this second tool down, trend line tools. And what you can do is click on horizontal line. So that's what I did. Escape out of that. So when you're capturing your support and your resistance, when you're marking up your chart, the resistance lines are going to be the places on the chart where the candles, and here these yellow and red candles are marking price, and your resistance is going to serve as the heights where the candles just couldn't seem to go any further. So think of resistance as a ceiling, and it's kind of capping off price, and price just can't seem to break through. So here is a point where you can see the candles couldn't go any higher. So I marked this line as my resistance. So coming down to the bottom, I marked this as support because support sort of serves as a floor. So let me just make some quick notes here. So our resistance, you can think of your resistance lines as the ceiling. And then we'll just move that up. And then you can think of your support lines as the floor. Okay, and then you want to mark some levels in between. Here is another line that I marked as resistance, because as you can see, there are points here and then points here and here where price just couldn't seem to break through. So that's the first step, is marking my support and resistance. So when Brenda called the sell, I'm going to show you, because this is the current chart, but back when she called the sell, it was right here where this arrow is. So I got in soon after that. Let me make it a little bigger. So here was my entry. Somewhere in that first red candle. So once you mark up your support and resistance, typically that's done on the 1 hour. I like to take my entry here on either the 15 or the 5 minute. So normally when I switch time frames, I do a reset chart. And I want you guys, and use the chat or unmute yourself, think about the chart formations that we've been going over. What do you guys see in this area? Does anything ring a bell? Is anything jumping out at you in terms of chart formations that we've been going over?
Would that be an L?
Yes, absolutely. So when I saw it, so TradingView has this really cool feature. Let me see if I can make it work, where you can actually erase the chart so I can show you what I saw. So I want to do a replay, and I want to take things back here. Awesome. So now you guys are seeing what I saw this morning. So I can't remember how much of this red candle was there, but it was definitely in the last leg of the M. So when Brenda said, hey guys, I'm going for a sell, when I saw this M, I said, you know what, that sounds like a really good idea. And let me remove that indicator so that I'm not confusing you guys. So I can move that there. There we go. All right, so now you can see that M a little bit better. And for those who weren't here before, when we see this M formation, that typically means that price is going to fall after that. Why? Is because basically you have 2 points of resistance, price can't seem to break through. So after that, price normally falls. All right, so a lot of times you'll hear us talk about pip and dip, right? So I said it would be great if I could get, you know, a quick 20 pips to start off the morning. So I did 2 entries, and my lot size, I normally trade indices. I haven't traded a Forex pair in quite a while. So my lot size was a 0.1. So that means I make $1 per pip. Okay, so what that means, and we won't talk about spread just to keep it clean. What that means is that if I go for 20 pips, then I'm going to get $20. So I did 2 entries. So I get into my trades and price, it doesn't take long. Price is falling, it's falling. I'm in the blue, wasn't in hardly any drawdown. It's working really nicely. So then the discussion in the telegram, Brenda said, well, you know, this is a head and shoulders formation. And I thought, I didn't see that. So here's what I did. Because with TradingView, it really depends on how much of the chart you can see at one time. So watch this. I'm going to zoom out. And when I zoomed out, who can see the head and shoulders? Isn't it plain as day now? So let me show you where it is. Here, up here is my head. So there is the head. To the left is the left shoulder. Okay, somewhere there. And then it was forming actually the right shoulder. So once I understood that we were in a head and shoulder formation, the TP that was listed on the trade was, let me make sure I have that right. Yeah, was here. So let me draw an arrow and show you where the TP was. The TP was here at this purple support line. Because typically you get a nice big drop with a head and shoulders formation. So here's what I did. Remember, I had 2 entries. I had 2 of the same trades going at the same time. So I decided that for one of my trades, once I reached 20 pips, I was going to close it out. So that's called securing the bag, taking your money and going home. So that trade closed out. For my second entry, I decided to change my take profit. So instead of going for just 20 pips, because remember I started here, so 20 pips. Let's say if my entry point was, let's say if my entry was 1.7864. So if I'm going for 20 pips, and remember we're selling, so we're going to subtract, then my TP should be roughly 1.7844. So I'm not including the spread because I just want to keep things kind of simple. So this is how I would get 20 pips. And let me move it over so you can see the subtraction. So 1.7864, if I subtract 1.7844, then that's how I get 20 pips. All right, so I had 1 entry, I secured the bag, I had 20 pips. Now for that second entry, I thought I would be a little bit more daring. Let's shoot for this TP, because typically your take profits are going to be at the next point of structure. So you can see price landed here before, and so that was the thinking. So now let's replay TradingView and see what actually happened. Let's see, did it do it? Replay. I think it did. It did. it didn't show it the way I wanted it to though. So remember, right where the arrow is where I took the entry. Come on, TradingView, get rid of that arrow for me. Okay. And so all of this happened. Let me do a refresh or just reset chart. Maybe that'll get rid of that line. Okay, now I'm out of replay mode. Okay, sorry about that. So here is where I entered the trade, somewhere on this last leg of the M, and look how far price came down. Now, someone answer, did price make it all the way down to my TP? Did I hit my zone? Yes or no?
No.
Nope, I did not. Here is a valuable lesson. And I've talked about it once before, but I think it's great to show you with an actual trade that I took. So when I entered my trade, let me show you, let me use a different type of arrow. Let's say I entered my trade here. My stop loss was somewhere up here above the zone. Okay, so that's where my stop loss was. I'll do SL for short. So that's where my stop loss was. Here was close to where my entry was. And there was my take profit down here at the bottom. So guess what I did with my stop loss as I was gaining all these pips? My entry doesn't change. I entered one time, but this stop loss, every time price moved a bit, my stop loss moved with it. Every time price moved a bit, I kept moving my stop loss. So guess what? When price hit this area and reversed, I still secured all of this profit because I moved my stop loss. That's actually called trailing your stop loss. So as you don't want to leave your stop loss way up here, because as happened here, when price reversed, had I not moved my stop loss, all my profits would have been erased. And actually, if price went this far, if I stayed in the trade, I would have been negative. But fortunately, you know, with a little experience, I knew to trail my stop loss. So I wanted to give you guys that real life example. And that explanation took longer than I thought. Go in the chat for me and let's see, I haven't been monitoring it. Yeah, TP means take profit. My entry is where I did a sell. So let me put this up here. This was a sell trade. All right, so go in the chat for me and use a number 10 if you have not set up your demo account yet. I want to see how many we have in the class that need help with that. If for whatever reason you have not set up your demo account, can you put a 10 in the chat? There are about 70 of us here in the class. And here we go. Okay, I see 3 so far. We got 4. Don't be shy. Let me know if you need help or have not set up your demo account yet. All right, well, so far I see 4. That means I'm gonna, okay, there's a few more. Okay, great, no problem. So I'm gonna do a speedy version of setting up the demo because I wanna go to the Q&A section. But don't forget, on my YouTube site, there are these videos that I want you to watch. Setting up, I'm gonna type them in the chat. Setting up your demo account. Then connecting MT4 to your demo account. And then there's understanding the trade alert. And then there's actually taking the Tradera trade alert. So typically we like to go through all of these at every class. Because of time's sake, what I'm gonna do is do a speedier version of that for tonight so that we can go into the Q&A. And that question in the chat, I'm definitely gonna come back to that. So hold tight, we'll come back to TradingView and pick up your questions. Let me share a couple of slides for our beginners to help them set up their demo account. So we'll switch gears for just a moment. And remember, all of these slides are on my YouTube site. So basically, when you're ready for your live account, you're going to work through one of these brokers, and it's your choice which ones that you want to go through. So for these classes, we chose Hugo's Way. A lot of us use Hugo's Way. I wanted to capture a lot of screenshots and just kind of take some of the guesswork for you. So here's the URL that you would go to. Type in your first and last name, email address. For leverage, use 500. And starting balance, the smallest one there, which is 1,000, click submit. You're going to get a confirmation email from Hugo's Way. So make sure you can access this, because that demo account number and that trader password, you're gonna need that for the trading application. The trading app where we actually take our trades is called MT4. It's short for MetaTrader 4. Okay, so here's what we recommend to keep things simple. If you can pull up your email on your phone, then with one click of the button, just click on the appropriate download. You can download MT4 on your phone, and it's going to be a lot easier to start practicing your trades on your phone. At some point, we'll have a setup class with how to do MT4 on the computer, but this is basically like the simplest way for now. All right, so that's the first few steps. The next step is to actually open up MT4, and I'll go through this for the iPhone as well as the Android. Give my screen a chance to catch up. So here's what you do. For the iPhone, you open up MT4, you're gonna click on the settings icon in the bottom right, then new account. Now, to access that Hugo's Way demo that we just set up, you're gonna click on that second option, log in to an existing account. Now, you can just click on this first option and bypass the brokers altogether. This is how it's taught in the back office. The only reason I don't like that option is it starts you out with $100,000. And it's just a lot of money, and your lot sizes are going to be really big. So I like the $1,000 with the more reasonable lot size, but it's up to you. So then you'll have to choose your server. You'll type in Hugo's Way, and for our demo account, you're going to select Hugo's Way-Demo 3. That's going to bring you to your login screen. So on the left is that confirmation email that Hugo's Way sent to you. Use your demo account number, that 210 for your login, trader password for your password, click sign in. All right, let's do those same steps for the Android. You open up MT4, go to the top left and click on that. It's called a hamburger icon, those 3 white horizontal lines. Click on that, then manage accounts, and then that white plus in the top right corner. Then log into an existing account, just like we did for the iPhone. Type in Hugo's Way, choose demo 3. And then just like we did with the iPhone, type in your demo account number, trader password. You may want to click on that checkbox so that you don't have to type those digits in again. All right, so that's how you create your demo account, download MT4, and then connect the two. The last set of slides that I'll share with you is how to actually take the trade alert. So we'll go through the steps quickly for the iPhone and for the Droid. And so questions in the chat, I'm gonna get to you in just a second. All right, so let's say Tradera sends out a trade alert. We like to use the pair CAD JPY, Canadian dollar, against the Japanese yen. So you open it up and you don't see CAD JPY. What do? You click the plus blue cross icon here. You click on FX crosses. It may also say Forex. It may also say FX group. CAD JPY is the fourth one down. You click on that green circle, press done, and now CAD JPY is at the bottom of your list. Hold it down. And when you do, you're going to get a pop-up menu. Click on trade. Here is the screen that you'll see. This is where you enter all the numbers from the Tradera trade alert. So here on the right, this is what a trade alert looks like. The Tradera's trade team is placing a buy on CAD JPY. So let me explain what these parameters are. So we're expecting price to go up because it's a buy. So the take profit is where you're going to be happy with your profits. You're going to get out of the trade at that point. Tradera gives you a choice of 3. You have to pick one. Do you want to pip and dip, get 15, 20 pips, get out of the market, low risk, doesn't take too long? TP1 is for you. TP2, you have a little bit more patience. You want maybe 50, 60 pips. TP2 is for you. TP3, which I hardly ever use, if ever, it may take a day for price to reach there. It may or may not reach there. Maximum risk, but also maximum amount of pips, normally 100 or more. So the take profit, well, let me explain this, the stop loss. What if price doesn't go our way? We're expecting price to go up. What if it drops? Well, as it drops, we are losing money and becoming more and more negative. So we set the stop loss at the beginning of the trade. And so we're saying when price hits this price, when current price drops this low, take me out of the trade. That's all that I want to lose. Very important to have your stop loss set when you get into a trade. So there's a field for stop loss. You just take your finger and edit the numbers. Same for take profit. 2 more things that we have to press here. Stop loss, take profit, lot size. So that's that number right under market execution. That's not going to be on the trade alert. It depends on how much money is in your account. The rule of thumb, industry standard, 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So when you start your live account, if there's $50, $100, 0.01 is your lot size. $500 account, 0.05. $1,000 account for these demos, 0.1. And that just determines how much you make every time price moves a pip. Okay, the last step is to press sell or buy. And now you're in the trade. Let's go through these steps for the Android, and then we'll get back to the chat questions and your Q&A. So you're looking for CAD JPY on the Droid, you don't see it. You click on the plus icon, FX group, because we're not doing crypto, we're not doing indices. Those aren't beginner friendly. The Tradera trade alerts are only Forex pairs. You find CAD JPY and you hold it down. Here's your menu. Notice for the Droid, it says new order. You click on that, here's your trade screen. Looks a little different than the iPhone. The lot size is there in the same spot, but the stop loss and take profit don't have label fields. So you'll have to know that the stop loss is this black number here on the left, and the take profit is the black number here on the right. So lot size, stop loss, take profit, and then the last step is to press buy. And you are in the trade. All right, everyone. So I know a lot of you have questions switching gears and going back to TradingView. So let me pull that back up and feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions, and I'm going to address the ones in the chat as well. Where's TradingView? There it is. Okay, so Anne Marie is asking, how do you do it from a PC? Yeah, it's doable. I learned on a PC as well. I'm gonna have to do some videos or have a separate class to show you how to set that up on a PC. It's a little bit more involved. It's a lot more user-friendly here on your phone. That's why we recommend you start there. But yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So there's a question in the chat. It says, how would you know the entry point when a trade alert is sent, since the alert contains the stop loss TP1, TP2, and TP3? Great question. So on my YouTube site, there's a video that I want you all to watch if you haven't already, risk to reward ratio. So basically, when you pull up the pair in TradingView, right now, TradingView is telling me that my current price is 1.17996. So if I was considering a trade for EU, you could just pull it up and it's going to tell me where the current price is. So TradingView will give that to you pretty simply. So Carl is asking a question in the chat. Yeah, and it's about how to count pips. So most pairs have 5 decimal places after the decimal. And so looking at my screen, when you do your subtraction, you want to look at the 4 under the 4 digits after the decimal place. And the pip is actually this 4th digit here. The 5th one is the pipette. You don't have to worry about that. Let me get a down arrow. So this 4th digit is actually the pip. Okay, so you're just gonna do subtraction. So in your chat, it says 15,675 to 15,645. So you're subtracting 67 from 64. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that would only be 3 pips actually. So let me write his example out for everyone to see. We want to calculate the number of pips if we're starting at 1 point.
Hello?
Yeah. I can hear you. 1.1567. And our destination price is 1.1564. So you can see when we do our subtraction that that is a difference of 3 pips. Now, of course, you have your JPY pairs that will throw that off a little bit. So there's a different rule for that. Okay. Yeah, for the holding tank issues, I'm gonna send you to Megan for that. She knows all about how to place people. Guys, feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question. Should take profit be above the entry and stop loss below in case it drops? It depends on if you're doing a buy or a sell. So in this example, because I was selling, take profit is at the bottom and my stop loss is above my entry in case price does not fall and it rises. So if you're buying, your take profit is going to be above you and your stop loss is going to be below your entry in case price falls instead of rising. Who has a question?
Hi, Tash. Hi, Tasha.
Hi there, is that Carl?
Yes, it is. Good evening.
Good evening. How can I help you, Carl?
Yes, thanks. 2 quick questions. One I didn't get answered last week. The first one is, when you mentioned trailing stop loss just now.
Yes.
Does it work? The trailing stop loss, that principle works better when you have a sell scenario?
You can do it either way. So, you know, my stop loss started here at the top above my entry, right? And then as price began to fall, I just took that stop loss and I trailed price. Not too close, maybe 25 pips or so. So that when price
Okay.
reversed, I could still catch it. Now, let's say, looking at this last movement up, let's say my entry, I'm going to move everything around. Let's say my entry was here and that my stop loss was below and started down there. And let's say my TP was here at the top. So as price begins to go in my direction, I'm going to move my stop loss. The first thing you do is when you're like maybe 20 or 30 pips in profit, move your stop loss to entry. So now it's called break even. So if price just comes crashing back down, I didn't win anything, but I didn't lose anything either. Right? So then as price begins to go closer and closer to my TP, you know, I'm going to secure the bag. So everything between my entry and stop loss, that is money in my pocket. Nothing can happen to that. If price were to fall down, it hits my stop loss, takes me out the trade, but everything, let me do a little rectangle. Everything in here, I've already secured. Make sense?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Good.
All right. Quickly, I don't want to take up too much of time, but the other question is, I've been trying to ascertain how much of my available funds do I use up when I put a .1. If I have let's say I'm working with $1,000, and I put a .1 trade. My lot size is .1. How much of my available balance have I used up for that trade?
So let's say you have $1,000 and this is your very first trade. So you really got to watch that risk to reward ratio video, because it depends on how far your TP is in terms of how much you can actually gain. Let's say it was a quick trade. You only wanted 10 pips. So you would win 1,000 plus $10. Now, what if you lost that trade? Well, if your stop loss, it depends on how far away from entry your stop loss was. Let's say your stop loss was 10 pips away. So it was a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You're going for TP of 10 pips and your risk is 10 pips. So you're either going to be $10 richer, $1,010, or you're going to be $10 negative, which is 1,000 minus $10. But it all depends on how much your risk is. And the risk is defined as where is price now and how many pips away is my stop loss? And what is my lot size? Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm still wrapping my head around the calculations.
I know it's a lot because it depends on your lot size. And so that risk to reward ratio video is going to help a lot. So let me just add this to the chart just to help everyone. So let's say that I am risking 20 pips, right? This 20 pips means different things depending on what my lot size is. So 20 pips at 0.01, that equals $2. At 0.1, that equals $20. At 1.0, which is called a standard lot, that is $200. So your lot size is the game changer in terms of your trading, right? Because you are risking you are risking either $2, $20, or $200, depending on your lot size. That's why it's so important. That's why you want to practice and demo, because once you set that lot size in a live account, you cannot go back and undo it or change it. Your stop loss you can modify, your take profit you can modify, but whether it's a buy or sell, you can't change that. And whatever that lot size is when you enter the trade, it's going to stay with you until that trade ends. So the real, and it's why some traders get in trouble, because they try to multiply or double an account too fast. Because how tempting is it to make 20 pips and earn $200? And you can do that by just altering your lot size. So watch that video and see if that helps you.
Thanks again.
You're welcome. All right, let's see what else is in the
Tasha.
Hey there.
Yes, hi, this is Verna. Just a follow-up on what the question that Carl asked. So I have my live account and I have $50 in it. Yeah. And I use a 0.1 for my lot size. How much do I get per pip?
It's still $1, which is still too much.
Still $1.
Yeah, but guess what? Let's say you started with $50.
Right.
And your risk for this trade is 20 pips. If you use 0.1 and you lose that trade, your account has gone from $50 to $30. And if you do the same thing again, you've lost another $20. Now you're at $10. So you can only do a couple of trades if your lot size is that high. You can risk your entire account with just 2 trades. So that would be considered not good risk management, because with that $50, if you do a 0.01, yeah, you're only going to make $2, but you're only risking $2. And the name of the game is living to trade another day, right? So think how many trades you can make with $50 at 0.01. You can make a lot of trades, right? But at 0.1, depending on your stop loss, it may only be 2 trades and your account is gone.
Okay, got you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Tasha.
Hey there.
This is Laurel. Do you have to mark the chart if you just want to copy and paste? Because I'm so lost with that chart.
Yeah, so let me explain. Your first week to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, copy and paste and just go about your business and watch and see what happens. This analysis that we're doing is the next step, and you decide if you want to take that next step and when you want to take that next step. So yes, there's nothing wrong with copy and paste with no analysis.
Because I was copy and pasting, I lose some and I win some.
Yeah.
I was watching David's last night, and he did I think he did a NZD 100. I made $180, and then I got craven and went and retrade, and I lost $144. So because I didn't have a stop loss or gain on it. So I just wanted to know if I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been here since March. So, and a lot of people on the call, have been on the call since that long. So we're taking some other steps in terms of some beginning analysis. But yes, feel free to just copy and paste and be happy there. Tradera is, it's kind of a la carte. You can take it all the way and learn it, the skill set, or you can copy and paste. So yes.
Thank you very much. And you're doing a very good job. I'm learning from you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you copy and paste and demo? Absolutely. You certainly can. So
okay, that's what I
Yeah.
Hi, Tasha.
Hey there.
Hi. Question very quick. The this graphic that is on the because I'm watching this from my phone. This is on trading TradeView.
Yes. You can. I have a video on my YouTube site that shows you how to set up a free account.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
not so, because this graphic you can see it with MetaTrader.
Well, so technically,
Because I do have MetaTrader on my cell phone,
yeah,
but
and
I was looking at it.
it has a chart option. So you know where you press trade to actually enter in the values. If you press chart, it'll show you. You can see price action there. So yeah, I use MT4. At times if I'm away from my computer and I want to get a quick view. So yeah, it will give you a picture of price as well.
But the picture that it gives you is with the positions that you have open, or
Yes. It'll have a line saying where you enter. It'll show your stop loss with a line, and it will show your TP with a line.
But do you like to use this one better, the Trading View?
I do, but I'm fairly new myself in the last year with Trading View. So I did everything, on MetaTrader 4, including my analysis. I like Trading View a lot better. But yeah, you can absolutely use MT4.
And the other question that I want to ask is, if you have a video on your YouTube channel about how to entry without using the alerts, like if I just want to do it on my own.
No, that's what Derek Conway's class is for. He is he could, because he sets it up for you. And he's like, if price goes here, we'll go for a buy. If price falls, we'll go for a sell. You would love his class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that will be the next step.
Yes, absolutely. So do you know how to, when you go log into your back office and under client, go to live sessions, and you will see a join link. So we're actually going to, oh gosh, it's 7:56. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up now so that we can go over to his class. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay.
I see a question in the chat that says, so when you're buying, the stop loss should always be below the entry. Absolutely. And when you're selling, your stop loss will be above. There's a question, how do you set the stop loss from MT4? That video we covered, taking the Tradera trade alert, there's an entry for stop loss. So you just type that in. And if you want to change it at any time, you can modify that order and change your stop loss to trail it. And so, yeah, that's how you trail the stop loss. You literally open that trade and modify it. So looking at what we have on the screen, for my sell, when my stop loss was up here, then I literally just modified it and matched the price and edited the stop loss. That's how you trail it. You just modify it. And I see a question, when you have EU as a pair for a buy, which currency are you buying? Yeah, that's a little tricky to explain. So the first part, the euro, you're saying if you're buying Euro USD, then that means that the strength of the euro is strong and the strength of the USD is weak. And if you were selling EU, Euro USD, then that would imply that the strength of the euro currency was weak and that the strength of the US dollar was stronger. All right. Is the e-wallet where we put money we want to trade? Absolutely. And I have a video on my YouTube site, how to open a live account. And I go over how to use Cash App and buy Bitcoin and transfer that into your Hugo's Way live account as dollars. And yeah, with every broker, no matter who you choose, the money first goes into your wallet, and then you do an internal transfer and put it into your actual trading account. All right, everyone. I'm going to get this video uploaded and onto the YouTube site. If you got a burning question that can't wait till Thursday, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, and I can message you and or Facebook Messenger if you can't find me on Telegram. And does everyone know how to get to Derek Conway's class? If not, let me see if I can post that link before we go. Hold tight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, he is a master trader. He makes 6 to 7 figures a year. He is my mentor. Just can't say enough about him. Now, if you're brand new, you need to go for a few weeks. You need to let the material sink in. Trading is like learning a second language, so give yourself time.
Hey, Tasha, is Derek also, you can reach him other than just on the
oh yeah,
back education? Because my back office isn't working for some reason, but I can get these Zooms. That'd be great if I could get with him on a Zoom. Then I don't have to worry about whenever they fix my thing.
Well, he offers one-on-one sessions, and if you're part of the Tradera,
Oh, okay.
the Tradera official community chat, then you can ask questions of him there.
Right, but I mean, Sunday through Thursday, if you just go on the back office education, the live session, at the top there's a green box. You just push that, and he comes up automatically. But if your back office isn't working, it says I didn't pay my IBO, which I'm not an IBO, so that's another story for another day.
Right.
I thought maybe you had some other way than that, like I'm reaching you without the back office working because you're on Zoom.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you his Zoom link. I just need to find it. Give me a second.
Is it in the Telegram?
There was a time that he was posting it there. Here, I found it. Let's see if it will let me copy it here. So in the chat to everyone. Awesome. All right, there is the link to Derek's class. So I'll leave this up for a minute before I close out the chat. But
it disappeared.
With you all. I'm sorry?
It went away.
I can still see it in the chat.
Oh,
let me post it again.
I guess yes, your lovely picture. Okay, now I see it.
Now you see it. Okay, great.
Your picture's much better looking than that.
Oh, well, thank you.
It went away again. Must be my phone. Oh.
You got it?
No, one more time, please. I'm ready to snap it.
Sure.
Just try to scroll up.
Try it now.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, everyone. I'm going to hop on over there. I will talk to you all on Thursday. Okay? Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.